Hi everyone, and welcome back to a brand new video. Okay, so today I want to talk about something that has recently happened in my life, and yes, I know it might come as a surprise to some of my sort of longer term viewers. If you are new here, hello, subscribe, hi. But I have recently broken up with my boyfriend, and I know I haven't put any of this stuff before on YouTube. I kept it all offline just because I didn't want like this isn't a relationship channel, this isn't like a boyfriend channel, so I kept it all offline. So I met a guy last October. We were just started chatting on Instagram. He randomly messaged me. It was just actually as I moved into this house. He randomly messaged me on Instagram and just asked me about my piercings, and we just sort of just chatted a few times, and it kind of just escalated relatively quickly. Within a couple days we were like WhatsApping each other, and for me it was really weird because it's the first time that I'd ever kind of spoken to a guy in this kind of way for the first time in like years and years and years. You know, I haven't, I'm not the kind of person that sleeps around. I'm not that kind of person that has Grindr and all those kind of things. So talking to a guy and having like an interest in him was a really weird thing, and it kind of freaked me out a little bit, especially because I wasn't expecting this to happen. So it was really good. And then within like the first week of us talking, he came and visited me in London. Like, we hit it off so well. Everything went perfect. I quite quickly became quite attached to him because I'm the kind of person that kind of wears my heart on my sleeve a little bit. Also because, I've only ever had one other boyfriend in my life, and that was in 2011, and that was with a guy called Ross, and it wasn't really, that didn't end very well, and if you watch my abusive relationship video, you'll know all that story. So with all that on top of each other, finding someone and actually having like a real good time with them, and being so intimate and having all those things happen again, and like it was just nice, and I got very attached, and I fell in love with him relatively quickly. Everything was going great, and it was really, really lovely between us, but unfortunately as time went on, there were one or two things that was slight cracks in the relationship. And there's nothing bad between us, so this isn't like a slander video, so if you're looking for me to be like this bitch, like, it's not gonna happen. But he did break it off about a month ago now, which has been like a month, so he did end it. So we've been together for 6 months, and I was like distraught at the time. I was heartbroken. It has been so bizarre for me to go through this again after so long, and after finally kind of letting my heart out to someone, because I am very defensive when it comes to meeting new people, and I'm very sort of like, I don't see people checking me out. I don't see people doing this. Like, my mind isn't very relationship orientated or sex orientated or anything like that. If I ever go out clubbing, or if I ever go out with friends or something, like one of them might say, like my friend might say to me, that guy was checking you out or whatever. And I'm like, was he? Like, completely oblivious to any of it. I never processed a lot of that stuff into my mind. So finally letting myself out and being like with someone, like it hit me quite a lot to think, oh my gosh, like I've just gone through 6 months with someone, falling in love, thinking that this was it at last, and then it like not working out. And so most people, like, that doesn't seem like a big deal, and that wouldn't seem like a thing to get that worked up or worried or sad about, but for me it was a big deal. Now I am over the main part of it of not being with him, and obviously I've accepted that because it has been a month. Like, I'm not still going like, oh my god, I can't believe it, because I'm not like crazy. But the only thing is now is like there's still that longing, that slight miss. Like, I still really miss him, and it's been like it's annoying because you go from talking to someone every single day for long periods of time. We'd FaceTime, every single day. He didn't live in London, he lived in Oxford. We had to travel back and forth to each other. I would go like maybe 3 times a month, and I would stay with him for like maybe 4 or 5 days. So, and he would come to me as well. So we used to spend like quite a lot of time together when we were together. So to go from completely every day, all the time, quite intense, to then nothing, it is very much for me like, I feel a bit lost. And I've got to a stage now where I am back to my normal old self, where, I'm alright with being on my own, and I don't, I'm not sitting here crying and stuff, like, that's just, no. no. But now it's kind of like, if I sort of accidentally see him and I'm not prepared, or I see his name come up somewhere, or I listen to a song that might remind me of him, like, this sounds stupid, but we had a Jerry Halliwell song that he randomly showed me, and I just like loved for some, like, it sounds stupid, but like, if I hear that song now, or might happen to come on my iTunes, then I'm like, oh shit, and I get that horrible kind of like sick feeling in my stomach of that missing. It's not nice, and like, I want this to pass, like I want this part of it to go, because I don't want it, like I don't like it. And my housemate Callum said to me that kind of thing will last a long time, especially if you've been in love with someone. But like, it's just, I want it to go, and it's horrible, and I hate it. And like, I don't know if any of you guys have gone through this and you sort of had that longing feeling for a while. And how long did it last for you? Again, because I haven't been in a relationship for 6-7 years, which again I was with Ross, and he's the only other guy that I've been in love with. So, I'm I'm almost 28 and I've only been in love twice and I've only had 2 boyfriends, and it's just been a bit kind of like, I'm just, yeah, I get more emotional and more attached to people than probably the majority of people do, but it's just the kind of person I am and I can't help that. Doing this video, I think to me is very therapeutic and actually gets me more out there, and I think sharing it with you guys, because, you know, I didn't put any of it online. I didn't put our relationship online at all because it's not something that I want to do. And even if the next boyfriend that I get or whatever, like, I won't be doing boyfriend videos. I'm not going to be doing like the boyfriend tag and all that stuff, because it's, you know, that's not something I'm going to do, and it's not something that I want to do. But the whole concept of sort of boyfriend channels weirds me out a bit. Like, just because you put so much of your relationship online, if things don't work out, then it's like, now what? You know, and I want you guys to see that actually, you know, there are things sometimes that you don't necessarily know about, and sometimes I might be putting on a brave face, and I hate the fact that I feel like I lie to you. This video is also a kind of like, hello, I'm a real person. Sometimes I have sad moments. Now, I've always been the kind of person that, you know, doesn't need a man, I'm strong enough without anyone, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, I do definitely stick by that, and now I'm happy. I am happy, like, at the moment. Hopefully I get to find someone eventually. It's really weird because I made a video last year about, am I too modified to find love? Am I too modified for people? And, you know, it's a little bit weird now because I'm getting to a stage where, like, I'm less attractive to most people who don't like piercings. Like, you know, when you got 1 or 2 earrings, and people might not like piercings, but you can still get a boyfriend. But I'm to a stage now that for people to like me, they're gonna have to like piercings in some aspect because it's so much of my life. So it was weird after making that video, and then like literally a month later, like 1 or 2 months later, I got a boyfriend. It was just sort of very, very bizarre. Now it's that sort of scary feeling of like putting myself out there. Like, Callum's been telling me to get Tinder and stuff, but like, again, I'm a bit scared, and I just get nervous, and I don't, like, I don't know. Like, maybe I should get Tinder, maybe I should just bite the bullet and do it and put myself out there, and I will find someone. A lot of this feeling, I think, of me not being able to find someone comes from the fact that I don't actually actively look for someone. I kind of just sort of sit down and almost wait for someone to come to me, I guess. Because that's kind of how this happened. You know, I wasn't on any like dating apps. He just messaged me through Instagram and was like, hi, what's this piercing called? And it sort of naturally progressed on from there. It's horrible to think now I've got to start with square one again with someone. And because I get so scared and I'm so nervous, and, you know, it's not something I do, the thought of doing that again with someone else is really terrifying for me. And it's just like, I don't know how to get out of this horrible sort of state in my head where it's like, you're not good enough for someone, or like no one's gonna find you attractive, or no one's gonna like you. And also to talk about something that, you know, with things like sex, I don't sleep around, you know, I don't hook up with people. It's not something I do. Like, I'm a very sort of like closed off person when it comes to sex, and I get very nervous about people seeing me without any clothes on. I get very nervous about people actually being intimate with someone. I get very, very defensive and sort of like, oh, don't touch me, don't do anything. To find someone that I felt so comfortable with, for them to be allowed to do stuff to me and be allowed to kind of see me naked and do all that stuff, like, this is another reason why I got quite attached, and like, it's just very rare for me to feel comfortable with someone in order for me to sleep with them. You know, I don't like to say that I'm demisexual, because I mean, I say it sort of sometimes, because I'm not completely, but I'm on like almost like a demi kind of spectrum, I guess, of level, like the level of demi. I've never been able to sleep with people. I've never been able to hook up, and even when I'm with someone, I have to feel really comfortable with them for them to do anything to me, because I like having sex. I like sex. Obviously, sex is great, and it's a healthy thing for people to do, and, you know, I'm not going to be embarrassed about that or not want to talk about that, because it's just human life. That's just what, you know, I don't want to sleep around, but I want to be able to experience that while I'm still, you know, relatively young. And, you know, I'm not saying, obviously I'm not saying like older people can't have sex, but, you know, like at my age at the moment, I'm still like in my 20s, like I want to be able to experience things, explore things with people, and do like just stuff. And I don't know, and now knowing that I'm like, I don't know when I'm going to be able to do that again, and it's like there's so many different emotions going through my head, and maybe I just need to go and hook up with someone. Like, I do kind of wish I wasn't so kind of scared with it, and scared about sex, and scared about all that kind of stuff, because it's something that I'm almost depriving myself of having a lot of experiences and having a lot of fun with people, because I'm too scared of it. And it's just, I don't know how to get over that either. So there's a lot of things that happen in my life and in my head that I don't talk with you guys about. So I guess I'm just making this video just to go through things and get it off my chest and just chat with you guys, and so you know that things do in my life. So yes, I have recently gone through a breakup. And I'm fine. Please don't worry. Like, please don't worry about me. I'm not like sad and like crying all the time, because like I'm past all like the strong emotional stage. Now it's just the kind of like, if I get reminded, if I accidentally see his name, or I see something that might remind me of him, then it's that kind of like, I get that horrible sick feeling for a little while, and then it passes, and then I get on with my life. I can't truly move on or try and put myself out there. Like, if I want to put myself out there and meet someone else, I can't do it while I'm still in that state, because it's not healthy. I don't think it's very healthy to jump straight into something else or try and quickly find someone to fill that gap, because you need to process it. You need to be able to process that, and you need to be able to get through that, else you can't move on, or you can't meet someone else and give them the full you if you're still kind of thinking about your ex. But saying that, I do really want to start putting myself out there and actually giving myself the opportunity to meet people and potentially go on dates and go on things and stop being so scared. But it's just kind of the first step of doing it. And yeah, I'm sure I'll do it. I'll get there. But I want to just kind of have a little talk with you guys and just let you know what happened in my life. And yeah, so please comment down below. Let me know if you were going through anything like this or have been through something like this, or what did you do to get over it. And yeah, I love you and thank you for your support, and I adore you so much. You know that I love you so much, so thank you so much for all of your love and support. And I adore you, and I say it all the time, but I love you. I said it about 7 times then, so I love you.